When it comes to spare parts management, we should know about building the BOM, or bill of material. We're supposed to build the bill of material list of all assets you have in the plant, and it is a task you work on once, but it makes your life easy afterwards. Identifying and coding all components and spare parts of your equipment and machines will make it very easy to manage your spare parts and even to order them for a certain job or replacement, and it will make the communication very easy among the involved team with minimum misunderstanding. It is not an easy job to balance between two contradicting targets. The first target is to make sure that you have all required spare parts on hand, so all scheduled work will not be delayed due to non-availability of spares. And the second target is to make sure that you do not keep unnecessary spares in your warehouse or overestimated amount of spares or even consumables. And to achieve this difficult task, you should follow up your warehouse and run a frequent report classifying slow-moving versus fast-moving items. The planner then should identify all the required spare parts for all the work orders or the shutdown tasks and activities. After that, he has to check the availability of the required spare parts and consumables. And then checking the availability of spares in the warehouse. If the spares are not available, so he's supposed to raise the purchase request for the non-available spares. And then he has to follow up with the warehouse team, since in some of the industries, ordering spare parts is divided between planning team and the warehouse team. So sometimes the consumables are being ordered through the warehouse team, while the critical spares always being ordered through the planning team. Then follow up with the procurement team to make sure that the spare will be available on hand before the scheduled work order or the shutdown. And then he has to issue the required spares and to attach to the work order. So once the planner checked the availability of spare parts and identified the missing parts, he should raise a purchase request to acquire them either from the local market or to get them from overseas. Following up with procurement team is a key to ensure that you will get the required spares on time. And in many industries, they recommend a time-based meeting, either weekly or monthly, between maintenance team and procurement team to follow up the status and progress of spare parts and other issues like contracted jobs. Following up with warehouse team is another key, especially if you are responsible for ordering consumables. Once the planner confirms the availability of the spare in the warehouse, he or she can issue the spare and attach the release permit to the job plan or the work order. Maintenance budget is generally consisting of the following main components: cost of spare parts, if there are replacements or upgrades jobs, and this cost includes the total cost of acquiring the spare parts, taking into consideration the shipment, customs, and storing cost. The second cost factor is the labor cost, and it refers not only to the cost of internal laborers or permanent employees, but also to the outsourced labor, either individual, temporary workers, or lump sum jobs. And as you know, guys, lump sum jobs are those jobs who are taken care by contractors. So it is sometimes called a turnkey job, where you just give the whole job to a contractor and you do not get busy with workers, tools, or equipment. Maybe you just need to get them the required spare parts for the job, or even sometimes they can take care of the fabrication as well. So it depends on the scope of the contractor, either if the scope includes fabrication and installation, or installation only, or even fabrication only. The following cost component is the supervision cost, and I'm referring here to the cost of the third-party expert, either from the OEM or original equipment manufacturer side or from other supporting firms. Then the last cost component is the routine tasks cost, represented by the preventive maintenance activities and its relevant items, such like lubrication and greasing jobs, where you need to either top up or replace oil or grease. Or maybe other routine jobs which might need frequent replacement based on time, such like replacing filters, seals, or bearings.